As the school year comes to a close, we have to say goodbye to some of our loved and well-known teachers here at PHS. So to show them that they will be missed, we have created a video series that we like to call The Last Lecture. These video series includes what the teachers have learned and what advice the students can take from them. So without further ado, let's head to our teachers and see what they have to say.
Well, before I was a teacher, I used to work at Geneva Steel in Orem. Maybe most people that's a little older know what that was, but younger students probably don't know. Anyway, it was a steel mill in Orem. I worked there for about 8 years and then it shut down. So I needed something else, and it just kind of came to me. Hey, you like students, you like young people, why not be a teacher? And so I started my education, went to BYU and got my education in cabinet making. But I couldn't get a job there in that particular field. But I got a job in my minor, which was metalworking, and I started at Mountain View High School. Taught there for 2 years, and then when the woodworking job came open in Payson, then I applied for that, and I've been here ever since. But I've done several things while I've been here at school. I was a woodshop teacher and a counselor for a few years, and now history teacher. I always wanted to get a master's degree because teachers get more money with more education. And I went into counseling, and right after I got my degree, I was offered a job in the counseling department and thought that would be a good job, and it was. But I missed being out in the classroom with the students. And so after a few years, I left the counseling, and it was a big change from woodworking, but I left the counseling and came into teaching history. And I felt a lot more excited to actually work in a positive environment with students and getting to know them and their personalities and the things that they enjoyed doing. It was just a fun move for me. Well, one thing that I think is a little bit disturbing for me right now, presently, is there's just so much emphasis on social media, electronics, cell phones. I know that other teachers have talked about this being a distraction, where they're teaching and many students aren't listening because they find whatever they have on their phones more important. And you know, if you're here, if you're in the classroom, you need to watch and listen and learn from your teachers. They have the expertise and experience in that subject. You can go home and look at your phones and do whatever you do on your phones most any time. When you get to college, if you're doing that, you're going to miss the lectures, you're going to miss the information, you're not going to be taking notes. And so now is a good time to prepare for the future if you're planning on going to college. And I would recommend that you do everything you can to make your high school experience the best ever. Because it is a preparation for the future. You learn what you learn here, you take with you, and then you continue that, building on that when you go to college. So, you know, don't look down at somebody that's trying to do their best, trying to get straight A's, trying to listen and learn. They're the ones that's going to be the Bill Gates. They're going to be the ones that's making the money, and you're going to be wondering why you didn't pay more attention when you had to. Well, when I first started here as the woodshop teacher, our woodshop was where the dance studio is right now. And we outgrew it very quickly, and so they did some remodeling, they put on the West Gym, and they moved us down to the present day woodshop, and they expanded it. Well, I got the opportunity to design the new woodshop where all the machines and things went, and that was kind of fun for me. There's been quite a few different things happen here at the school that I've witnessed over the many years that I've been here, but I think one of the funniest ones was when I was a counselor and I was in the little office where the key card office is now, and I heard the roar of a motorcycle rushing down the hall, and so I stepped out, and one of the students, for a senior prank, had got on a motorbike dressed in just a Speedo And he was running around, he was driving around the halls, and as the administrators tried to stop him, it was kind of like a real comical event. They didn't think it was at the time, but looking back, here this guy is half naked on a motorcycle, and they're chasing him around the halls, and they finally catch him. And needless to say, he didn't get to walk the stage for graduation that year. It's one of those things, you know, people say, oh, you're celebrating, you're having a lot of fun. Yeah, it's going to be fun to retire. I'm really looking forward to it. But when you've been doing something so long as teaching, and you grow and develop as you're teaching, you're building some good and strong relationships with others, especially the faculty, the staff, and even more so students. You know, I still see students that I've had years and years ago, see them in the grocery store and say hi to them. And so I'll really miss the interaction with the faculty, the staff, and the good, positive relationships that I've been able to form with students.
Thank you, Mr. Robbins, for all of your hard work and dedication. We want you to know that we love you and we will miss you, and that we wish you luck in all of your new endeavors.